sweating and I look a mess. I just got off of work. Definitely have to share you guys about my day. The day in itself, sorry. Okay. The day in itself was really good. Very chill. Got off early. But my back is killing me. But I just wanted to share purpose and being patient, for one. Two, what exactly applying pressure really means, like in a spiritual and it turns into a physical aspect. And now, for most of you guys, I do nails. Nails is what I do. That's what I've always been doing. That's what I'm always going to do. But in my hard time right now, I've had to take a day job, which housekeeping is my day job here at Suncoast. And it is physically draining. Nevertheless, it is physically exhausting. I've never done any type of work like this. I know how. I don't know about you, but I've always asked, like, how do they tuck in the bed so tightly? Now I know how to do it because I'm the one that's doing it, and it has put a number on my back. So a little bit of a back history, just a little health history of my body. I've had 2 children. 2 of them were C-sections. Both of them were C-sections. So that means I've had an epidural in my back twice. I've also had my tubes taken, so I can no longer have kids. And with that being said, about a year and a half ago, because my son is about a year and a half, I've gotten my tubes removed. Now there is still a lot of soreness in my lower abdomen ovary area, but it also radiates in my back. So when I first did this job, the very first day, I was like, I'm gonna quit. I already knew I was just gonna quit. And as soon as I got home and I got in the tub, because I promise you, I was like hands and knees crawling to the tub. Like, I was tired and was like, yeah, this is not for me. I'll just Uber, all day, every day. It's fine. Which I could still technically do that. But I kept just getting signs of being consistent. Like, just keep going. As a matter of fact, that day, let me see if I still have it. I do not have it in here. But that day, I had a jade necklace on. It's a real jade necklace that had the lotus flower attached to it. It was real jade, so it was really expensive. And I got that for my birthday this last May. When I tell you that very first day, it melted off. It just, like, I literally adjusted it just like this. And it melted off. Like, it fell in my hand. And for those who are highly spiritual and wear, like, spiritual beads and things like that, they know that as soon as your beads and your necklace comes off, that means it's done what it's needed to do. So for me, it was just like a sign, like, okay, stay consistent. Now today, I'm ready to quit again. I'm like, I could do Uber, like $15 an hour, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but I can make that amount of money, if not more, still doing Uber. But I'm just like, benefits, and I could use the W-2, that's better on my taxes, like, stay here. On top of, like, mentally, I don't not like this job. Like, it's actually not that bad. Like, I actually get to be in my own head, think, not having to converse with a whole bunch of people, because nails, I'm always in people's business and they always in my stuff. Plus I feel like I'm an empath, so people have just come and just give me all of their energy, and this is finally a safe haven for me to not have to do too much when it comes down to exchanging energy. So it's like, I don't want to not lose this job. But I promise you, that last room that I did today, I was just like, yeah, this is it. Like, because I'm in a lot of pain. Like, my back is aching. I'm stretching all the time. Like, it feels like my back wants to go out. Like, it's soreness in the front part of my abdomen, which I do have a doctor's appointment on Monday, but that's a week from now, and I've been going through this for months. So I'm just like, I'm gonna quit. Now all day, my boss, he's been asking me, like, how am I doing, because I was off for 3 days. Just got this job, shouldn't be off for 3 days. But he's kind enough to continue to ask me how I'm doing. Long story short, we get into his office and he basically allows me to just tell him exactly what's going on. Like the fact that I don't have a home right now, the fact that I am doing the best that I can, you know, with the type of work that I'm doing, but why it's been so heavy for me. You know, like it's not just the weight issue, which I am trying to lose weight, and I'll definitely be making some videos on certain things that I'm starting to do, things that I've done in the past, and show you how I used to look and how fine I was before kids. But what I'm going to actually start getting back into, to not only encourage you guys, but to encourage myself to stay back on top of it. I'm letting go of bread. Today is the first day of no bread. Pasta, rice, getting into a lot of spa waters, things like that. And in the midst of what I'm going through, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and getting it done, and applying pressure to the situation and allowing myself to be stronger than my situation. And so talking to him, it led into, well, let's see what we can do and try to figure out what's, you know, going to be less for your back, because he's already being understanding of that. This is a lot for your body, on top of you don't want to overwhelm yourself when it comes down to, you know, if you got signs that are going on in your body, you got to listen to it. And to actually have somebody who works above you notice that is a blessing. Let's go ahead and put that out there. Number 2, the fact that he reveals that he's not in a far-stretched situation like me. He's my boss, and yet he's staying with his mother-in-law. So it really hits for home. On top of 3, he's just now reading an article last night about people in Nevada and how bad housing is starting to be out here. Like, we just got over the mandate of COVID, and yet in January I got evicted for not being able to pay for 2 months, and I had at least half of the rent for, or at least a month's side's rent. You know what I'm saying? So say, like I said, I was behind 2 months. I had a month's worth. They didn't want that 1 month. They wanted both. And after being here for 7 years, they kicked me out, me and my family. And they lifted the mandate in March. I want to say it was March. It definitely was before, after February. Like I said, I got evicted in January. So with that being said, I should get some type of leeway, blessing. No, a lot of these housings out here are not allowing people, if you have an eviction that's under 7 years, yes, you heard me, 7 years, that you cannot get approved. They won't even look at your resume. It's an automatic denial. And so with that being said, I'm just like keeping my head in the game. Let me stay forward. Let me keep pressing. But this is starting to be a lot on my body. Like, I'd rather, like I said, do Uber. But with him expressing himself and allowing me to express myself, that allowed the Holy Spirit to be like, okay, let me move in this situation, because you're about to let go of something that you don't need to let go of right at this moment. Is this your forever job? No. Are you going to be at this hotel forever? No. It's all temporary. But is this the moment for you to let go of right this second? Not necessarily. And sometimes you'll be so tired physically that you won't stay consistent. Consistency is key. And if you're a real Nipsey Hussle fan, you know it's about consistency, okay? And how you react to certain situations. So he tells me, you know what, let me see what we can do that's going to be less strenuous on your back. And I'm looking at him like, you're willing to try to, like, you know, maneuver me? You could just, like, fire me and get another housekeeper. Like, I'm sure somebody's applying for this job right now. But you can have me go anywhere else, or to at least attempt to try to see if you can have me into a different department, get me into some type of training, just something, when you don't even have to do that. I'm only 3 weeks, maybe not even 4 weeks in, and they're willing to do that. So I made this part of the video just to say that was a good example of just applying pressure and allowing yourself to just kind of be in your head for a little bit, because the universe, God, your highest divine, whatever you want to call it, is already watching and is in your favor and is watching how you react to certain things. I want to quit, but I wake up every morning like, you know what, it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna put on this uniform. Like, the first day, I promise you, I probably cried as soon as I seen myself in a uniform, because I don't do uniform free dress since middle school. You know what I mean? So but all that to say that just stay consistent, because sometimes you just trying your best, there's another human being looking. There's another, you know, opportunity that's possibly lying in your space, just because you decided to react in a better way, a calm way, a blessed way, a grateful way. I'm very grateful for this job. So I try my best, and I think that they see that. I feel like they see that. They tell me that they see that. So now with me moving forward, I just had to make this video to just encourage you guys to just keep applying pressure. I can't not say it enough. Keep applying that pressure into life, into your situation. Stay consistent. There really is gold at the end of that rainbow. Get your affirmations popping. You are light. You are a divine, high-spirited person, and you are enough. But it's gonna be hard. That's exactly what I told you this morning. Like, as far as making a diamond, it is not easy. It actually takes a lot of time to create what that shine is supposed to be with a diamond. It takes even more time to dig up that diamond, get as many pieces as you want to make multiple jewelry or whatever you choose to make out of that set diamond material, and then actually having to cut it and customize it and everything. It really does take time. So allow yourself to get cut. Allow yourself to get dig out of the rough. Allow yourself to get groomed. And it's hard. It is hard. So as even with me getting off, even with my body hurting, I'm gonna take an hour and about to do Uber Eats. I'm gonna get me something to eat myself, and then I got a client at 6:30. It is about 5 o'clock right now, and I am going to still do nails. I'm still hustling. I don't care how tired I am. It just is what it is. So stay tuned for that next part, okay?